All right, I'm here at Independence Rock. This was a major stopping point along the Oregon Trail. About 500,000 pioneers stopped here on the way out to Oregon, Washington, and California in the 19th century. For those of you who've played the video game of the Oregon Trail back in elementary school, this is it. This is where the Oregon Trail ran through back in the 19th century. What's really interesting right here is, let me zoom in here real quick, that there's a lot of graffiti left behind by the pioneers who passed through here. Now, this is a state archaeological site protected by the state of Wyoming. About 9 days into a 70-day road trip. I'm trying to stop at every major point that I can find along the road. Currently, I'm on the road to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Parks, but I didn't even know this was on the road to get here. I just saw it on the side of the road, and man, I'm glad that I stopped here. Here, let me zoom in here real quick. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see some names and some dates here. Now, if I can see that correctly, it says S. Lean and B. Lean, May 29th, 1850. So these were definitely Oregon Trail pioneers, people who left everything behind out in the East Coast and took a massive gamble, investing possibly all their life savings into buying oxen, wagons, and supplies to start off most likely from Independence, Missouri, which is where this monolith probably gets its namesake, to seek a new living out west. And these are by far not the only graffiti left behind by the pioneers who passed through here. It's basically a way of saying, here's who I am. The day I stopped, I was here. And these were more than likely people trying to make a better life out west. And these are people who had a spirit of adventure, but were also daring risk takers, because there was no guarantee that they were even going to survive the crossing, that they wouldn't find ruin if they even completed their journey. It was exciting as it was terrifying. But this was a journey that a lot of people were willing to make, looking for a better life out here in the West. It's actually really calm and really relaxing out here. Let me get out here. If it sounds like I'm taking heavy footprints, I am. Because I have to be mindful of where I'm stepping. Not only is there a lot of bison and cattle scats scattered all over the ground, I'm also trying to have the vibrations of my feet pressing down scare away any snakes I might miss. But look at this. It's a very picturesque view of the mountains in the background with, I don't even know the name of the stream, but wow, it's so quiet and so relaxing here. Moving, here's a better view of Independence Rock. Now, it's actually unknown where this rock gets its namesake. Some sources state that the first white man who came across it on July 4th of the discovery. You're not sure, sometime in the 19th century. Others that it was named after the Oregon Trail starting points in Independence, Missouri. I'm gonna try to take some more pictures and more videos of the spot, because wow, the last time I had a place of such historical significance to myself with nobody else around was back in Florida. At the time, I was active duty military, and I was able to get into Cape Canaveral Space Force Station at the launch pad where the Apollo 1 fire took place. It took the lives of 3 astronauts. Normally, you would think a place of that historical significance, it would be full of tourists, but I was the only one there for a good 2 hours. And this is the second time I've had a historical place of such significance to myself. Except 500,000 people traveled through here. Many of them probably found financial ruin in the West Coast. Others probably didn't even survive the crossing. They probably left too early in the year, and there wasn't enough grass for their oxen. They became stranded and they died. Or they left too late in the year, and the winter hit them and they froze to death. People who made these journeys, they were risk takers. It was not for the faint-hearted. And even you think that just because they have the comfortable wagon, at least they're not to walk through there. Guess again. Those wagons were cramped with supplies, mostly with hardtack and dry beef, similar to jerky. And there was hardly enough room, so basically the pioneers who traveled the wagon trails, they walked alongside the rocks, and they didn't ride in the wagons, they walked alongside them. Because even if there was room to ride inside the wagons, you gotta remember, these wagons back then had no suspension. You see how much I'm moving around in this terrain. Now I'm trying to imagine a wagon with no suspension of any kind moving around. It's gonna be like being on a ship in a storm almost, but perpetually. So most people, they prefer to walk instead of riding in the wagons. Right now I'm just walking. I already walked most of the way back from the rest area. State of Wyoming put a rest area next to Independence Rock. And they put this little weird gate here. I assume it's legal to cross through here because it's open, as you can see, and not blocked off. Yeah, look at that view of the mountains over there. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting, but Wyoming is a gorgeous state. And I haven't even reached and I haven't even reached Yellowstone or even the Grand Tetons yet. Just awe-inspiring. Look, and even from here, from where I'm standing, you can't even see that creek I showed you earlier. You'd have no idea if it were here. There's one piece of graffiti that I wanted to show. It was just right over here. There it is. I can't really make out the year that it was written, but here it is. I think it says Nicholas Tormey. Can't make out what it says, but it looks like that the bottom three letters underneath the Tormey says CAV for cavalry. And the USA doesn't stand for the United States of America, it stands for United States Army. And I'm thinking that this guy, this Tormey fellow, this man, I'm thinking he might have been a Buffalo Soldier. So after the end of the Civil War, every African-American slave was freed from servitude, but a lot of them still found economic hardship. And so to try to look for opportunity, many especially freed men, they joined the U.S. Army, and they were sent out west during the Plains Indian Wars, in units that we now know as the Buffalo Soldiers. These consisted primarily of freed African American men who served in U.S. Army cavalry units to protect supply trains, anything while we had conflict with the indigenous people of this area. And I'm thinking there's a good chance that Tormey back there, he might have been a Buffalo Soldier. And there's graffiti all over this rock. I would love to climb, see what the top of this monolith looks like, but A, I'm not sure if that's legal. This is a protected archaeological site by the state of Wyoming. And two, even if it was legal, I'm not wearing good boots for climbing. I'm just wearing sneakers from Costco that don't have the best treading. So, and I'm all alone by myself out here, so it's probably not a good idea to go climbing up a sheer rock face without any adequate climbing equipment. It's quiet now, but back in the 19th century, this would have been a hub of activity, especially outside of the winter months when it was safe for the wagon trip for the wagon trains to pass through. Oh look, some people did climb. Look at that, see? Some people did climb the rock after all. Well, either they have really good climbing boots, or more than likely they're just braver than me. Either way, I'm really glad I stopped by to visit here, because I had no idea this was on the route to get ready to go into Grand Teton tomorrow morning. There's also this fenced-in area right next to the rock. I'm not sure what it is. I'm thinking that it might actually be a cemetery, a small graveyard plot of some kind. That's why it's fenced off. But when I looked in there, I really couldn't see anything. Either way, it's probably fenced off for a reason, so it might be best just to leave it be. Especially if it is somebody's resting place. Because like I said, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people who made this journey in the Oregon Trail, they did not survive. And that's the harsh reality of being out here. Because the summers here can be hot and dry, and the winters brutally cold. Here's a better view of the fenced-in plots. And I'm not sure what this is here for, but it's very interesting, especially if it's from the original time period. If anyone knows what it's from, please feel free to leave a comment in the description. All right, so here's the rock, and the rest area is over there. Can't see my car, but I'm pretty sure it's still parked over there unless somebody towed it. Actually, no, it's right there. Never mind. I can see it right here. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, so you can follow me for more content while I make this road trip. Thank you.